And if we ask the stars what they mean, what would they say back to us? Welcome! You want to go on a card journey today? Give me some of your time, and I'll give you some of your story. Well, let's see what the cards say.
Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to Koi Place Tarot. My name is Coin. I'm going to be your tarot card reader for today. As a set of quick announcements, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That way when uploads are made, you can see what the stars are trying to say to you. Also, if interested, individual reads are back up and open. So either a message or email me directly. Link is on main, and we'll set that up, okay? What are we looking at in today's read, Pisces? This is going to be a one-to-one read. After doing the kind of channel survival, a lot of things were going on in my life and also other people's lives around me. I did the ATCs, which is the new style of read, if you wanted to check that out. But I figured I'd move the one-to-ones from the back to the front, right? Switch it up a bit. Now, what are one-to-ones? One-to-ones is a style of reading that I do where we have party A on one side, party B on the other, and we try to examine the dynamics happening between the two. Right? So two main caveats to this style of reading. The first, I hesitate to call them love reads. They are not always lovely. Just because we can talk about rainbows and sunshine does not automatically guarantee there won't be more pressing or difficult subjects that come up. That's the first. The second, it does not always have to be about love. I promise you. It can be about friends, family members, co-workers, even a person you just met. Just what's happening between these two parties. So as a preamble to the read, Pisces, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but don't always be so willing to reverse. At times, even if it gets difficult, understand that I, as your tarot card reader, not here to misguide or mislead you. I am always elated when I get to your sign because in my reading rotation, you are the last to come up. It was mainly designed that way as yours is the last sign, at least in the astrological zodiac, right? So in knowing that, we just set the BS aside and we lay our cards on the table. And good or bad, come rain or sunshine, we're going to talk about it. Because at the end of the day, Pisces, tarot is a conversation, just an energetic one, right? So follow along with me in your one-to-one read today. And yeah, let's see what the cards say. I feel like I got something in my beard. I'll check in the mirror later. You're going to be on this side, Pisces. Your person's going to be over here. Show us the cards we need to see, please, for Pisces in their read. What are the cards we need to see, please, for Pisces in their read today? Nice. Okay, good. Seven of Cups, being in a state of reverie and possibility on their end. Two of Wands. Okay. Listen, Pisces, you are quite literally the dreamer. The most intuitive, naturally sign of the zodiac, literally being the law of the twin fish. So here, Two of Wands to the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups, and you can learn more about what each individual card means in my Learn With Me series. The playlist is on the channel. But the Seven of Cups represents being at a state of reverie and possibility, right? All of these options ahead of you, and you're just in awe and shock of everything going on, that all these roads are becoming open. This person is saying, hey, focus, make a plan, right? They're almost insistent upon this with that Two of Wands, is that they definitely believe in you, but I think their worry, and this is oftentimes the flip side of the Seven of Cups, is that are you kind of becoming stuck in the state of just gazing at the options, or are we actually making intentional moves to go forward? Right, so they definitely do support you, and they see what you're talking about. They're picking up what you're putting down. However, their goal right here is to have you narrow your focus. Pisces, get it together, make a plan. I will support you, but you have to make a plan. You gotta do it on your own. Okay, so now we've got individual parties on the board. So those cards that we need to see, please. Let's look at the fronts and backs. Fronts and backs being backs, what is left to the wayside, was not being immediately told or expressed. And the fronts, the most front-facing cards towards each party, was being directly communicated and shown. Show us the cards we need to see, please, for Pisces in their reading. Fronts and backs. Okay, so on your back end, we have the Page of Wands. Okay, still an Ember of Optimism. Seven of Pentacles. Okay. I understand then why you want to be in a state of relaxation. Seven of Pentacles, it has been an arduous journey to get here this far. Can I have just a little bit of time to pat myself on the back and say, yeah, I earned this? Okay. It's not coming without its merit. I want to be very clear. So, on their end, Six of Wands. Oh, that's so nice. And what goes behind that Six of Wands for their person? Five of Swords. Okay, I understand. Same message as before, but now a little bit more detailed. Here's why. On your end, you have the Six of Wands the Page of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles, right? One, the child of optimism. This is, the kid who discovers they have talent, or hey, that spark. I'm gonna believe in it. Now the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, I've done such hard work, did every step, every meticulous process, and now that I'm here, I just want to enjoy it for a little bit more before we have to get back into grind mode again. On their end, Six of Wands, they are, commending your efforts and congratulating you. Don't mistake that, Pisces. Thing is, what they worry about based off of the behavior that they've seen is the Five of Swords, right? They worry that, okay, I've seen certain patterns and behaviors that are kind of concerning to me. I don't want you to slip, right? So if they seem like they're being overbearing, it's not my intentionality, it's just designed to your purpose, right? They want you to succeed just as bad as they've seen you fight for it. All that is there. There's no doubt in my mind, Pisces, this person supports you. However, they also, what they're not telling, and that's why they're just saying, please just make a plan. I heard it enough. You have like 3 different job offers, or you got accepted to 8 different colleges. Good for you. Plan. Make a plan. Show me your plan, right? The reason they're doing that is because they don't want you to be so much in reverie that the options start to fall away for you, right? And that's the trick. Again, like I said earlier, the Seven of Cups is that it becomes easy to just bask in the glory of it all. And then when we stay there for too long, all of a sudden we can't reach for it anymore, and the options, all the doors shut in front of us, right? Okay, that makes sense. So now that we have all of that on the board, reveal individual positions for each person in this read for Pisces. Show us the cards we can see, please. Individual positions for each person in Pisces read today. Okay, on your end, Hermit. Yeah. Card of Virgo. I need time to relax. Just give me one more second to breathe. You've been under a lot of stress, Pisces. I get it. Thing is, also, the Hermit is not meant to be isolated forever, right? How do I put this in a metaphor that makes sense? The smartest man knows that he knows nothing at all, right? That he is open-minded to more learning, more experiments to be done, more knowledge to be gained. However, another added layer to that, Pisces, is sharing that or stepping outside of your cave, right? The Hermit in isolation, great, you wrote a bunch of books that no one can read, right? So while you are in a state of recovery, finding your own tools, just being able to celebrate it all, don't forget, you got to turn, there's also going to come a time where you got to turn it into practice, right? You can't heal in the place that traumatized you, but you also can't grow in the place that you healed from, right? These are separate spaces and separate stages for a reason. And so we don't want to get stuck in our perpetual healing mode. I might put that as a title. Let's hold off on that. You don't want to get stuck in perpetual healing mode, because then you also miss the opportunity that's right in front of your face, even if unintentionally. On their end, Hierophant, the card of Taurus. Good that we're drawing the Hierophant. It is Taurus season at time of recording. what their purpose is right now, they want you to do both. This person, whoever they are to you on Pisces, because I'm pretty sure you identified them very quickly, they want you to bask in it and simultaneously nudge you towards a state of action again. They're not trying to rush you. They're trying to keep you focused. That's all that's going on here. Underneath it all, Nine of Cups, fulfillment. Congratulations. You made your own dream come true. Proud of you, okay? So now they have individual parties on the board, both looking at each other, 1-1. Show us cards we need to see, please. What is shared down the middle between Pisces and the person in this 1-1 reading? What the cards we need to see, please, between Pisces and the person in this 1-1 reading? King of Pentacles. Okay. The power and authority to make a right and proper investment. Coming up on two ends. Yours, yeah, you have all these options. Just make the choice and follow through. Here, keep you on task with that plan. They both see the vision, you and them. Sun, the happiest we've ever been. And they don't want you to lose that joy, but they also don't want you to lose that fire. Seven of Swords. Okay. So here's where the worry starts to come out. And I think that's where both sides are kind of married, because again, you are just in a state of, I need to relax for a minute, but let's not get carried away there. On their ends, hey, lighten up a bit, but do keep it on task, right? It's about balance here. Nine of Swords. Okay, the nightmares, anxieties are starting to come out. Here, I'm just so tired and worn out from everything that I've done. I just need one more day of rest, right? That's scary, Pisces. I don't want you to lose on your opportunity. On their end, they're seeing that vision unfortunately come true based off the behavior that you've been portraying, right? They're just trying to be fair. And the last, Eight of Wands, direct communication, right? Whatever's being had, let all truths be laid out on the table. Underneath it all, the Hangman. One done of intentionality, we will see where things go, right? Can we handle the possibility, or will it fall to the wayside? Let's see. Now, what caught my eye? Yeah, we'll start with this one over here. So as we move towards resolution, define the major arcana strewn across the table for Pisces in the read. We'll start on their person's end with the Hierophant. Why do they feel so unbelievably guided to keep you on task right now, Pisces? Show us the cards that we need to see, please. Clarity upon this. Why the Hierophant for Pisces in this read? We start here and push forward. Okay. Very cut, very slim. To the Hierophant, the Devil, call it Capricorn. They don't want to see you miss out, right? So if they got to be the jerk here, they're going to be the jerk, right? And maybe it might not be coming from the best of places, because it sounds like, ease up off me, man. I heard you the first time, but it is done with good intention, Pisces. I do want you to understand that, but they just don't want to see you miss out, because they realize all the hard work that you've done. They acknowledge it all too. They just don't want to see life pass you by, okay? To the Hermit, Two of Pentacles, things can and will balance out. Trust in that. Trust in your abilities. Trust in your capabilities. Just don't stray your eye from the prize, okay? Keep your eyes on the prize. Next to the Sun, Seven of Pentacles, okay? When that new journey unfolds, defining a happiness in a new way. Hey, we had time to celebrate. Now the work begins again. Step one, but in a different manner, with a different attitude. Okay? Resolution. Seven of Wands, guarded. Here, defensive posturing on both ends. This person, they don't want to, step over boundaries or, drive you away. But hey, something got to be said. And on your end, I'm just trying to protect my peace. I need to relax just one more day. There's a balance to be struck here that needs to be directly communicated, because the behavior so far, and this is probably where the conflict is coming in with Pisces, is that based off of what each other has seen of each other, it's not being directly communicated what everybody's fears or intentionality here is in the clearest way possible. But more than that, both parties don't want to get lost, right? You don't want to lose them, but they have been kind of pushy in a way that's been very uncomfortable. They don't want to lose you or the success that you have done for yourself because you worked so hard to get here. However, you're falling into almost a pure state of like an energetic coma. If I could put it like that, that's an easier way to understand it, where you're just almost taking an active vacation every day, right? It's starting to get out of hand. That's essentially what they're saying. And also, Nine of Cups, again, not a bad thing because this involves your self-fulfillment. Underneath it all, King of Pentacles. We know how to make a right decision. Now it's time to live by it. What we're seeing in your read today, Pisces, this has been a fun and interesting one. You have a very supportive party. The supportive party has seen your journey, seen your struggles, seen your trials, seen your tribulations, and now they want you to bask in your rewards. However, big but, relaxing, celebrating, taking the days off may have gotten a little overboard, and they fear, based off of the things that they've seen, that another opportunity that you worked so hard for, that life might pass you by. There's a genuine concern based off of what they understand. However, I think there's a healthy balance to be struck between you and them, Pisces, because again, both of you understand the work it took to get here. Now, how do we transition from our vacation to our active mode again in a healthy and sustainable manner? That's it. That's just what's going on. That's all I got in your read today, Pisces. I hope this conversation helped. And yeah, take your time to relax, but we can't stay in perpetual healing mode. There is no perpetual healing stage. I'll see you around, okay? Take care.